Am I the a-hole stories? Am I the a-hole for throwing my girlfriend's gay friend out because he was being inappropriate towards me? So my 24 male girlfriend, 23 female, who we'll call Jess, and I have been living together for 7 months. She moved in after she learned I was working totally online. We've dated for 2 years. Jess has a very close-knit friend group that she's been with since early college. One of the guys in her group, who we'll call John, is a gay dude, and is the only guy in her friend group. John is very flamboyant, and he has a history of saying things that are very inappropriate towards me. Like he will constantly say inappropriate things to me and about me. He constantly says things to my girlfriend like, "Be quiet before I bang your boyfriend," as a joke, and that really grosses me out and makes me feel uncomfortable. He'll make jokes about the size of my member, and worst of all, he'll joke about if I have ever been with a guy, which legitimately makes me upset. My girlfriend thinks it's hilarious. This came to a head a few nights ago. A few of my girlfriend's friends including John came over for the evening, and I was out with them. They had a little bit to drink and John was being too much. I pulled Jess aside and told her that John was making me feel uncomfortable, and that she needed to tell him to stop. She said that they were just having fun and that I need to lighten up, but she'll still tell him to stop. She in a joking way told him I was feeling uncomfortable, and that became the new topic of the joke. John then hinted I might be uncomfortable and defensive because I may be a little gay. This is where I drew the line. I'm not gay, and I don't like it being implied that I'm gay. I was angry at him and I asked him to leave. The night was pretty much halted. Jess and her friends tried to convince me to calm down, but I was done. After he joked about me being gay, he needed to leave my house. Eventually he and all of Jess's friends left, and she went off on me. Apparently, all of her friends were pissed at me too for ruining the night and accused me of being phobic. Even my girlfriend said it came across as phobic that I reacted so badly to him joking about me being gay. Am I the a-hole? Now for the top comments. Not the a-hole. You are not a phobe for kicking out someone who constantly violates your boundaries. It's also concerning that OP's girlfriend doesn't respect his boundaries, which are extremely reasonable. Not the a-hole. Seriously, why is his girlfriend okay with her friend saying he wants to sleep with her boyfriend? Would she be okay with her female friends saying it, or is it just okay because it would be phobic to point out that behavior is being absolutely toxic and horrible coming from a gay man? I feel like if her girlfriend said it, she'd still take it as a joke. But OP, ask how she'd feel if one of your male friends started asking what her font felt like, and made comments about, "Dude, shut up or I'm gonna bang your girlfriend." Aw, look, she's getting embarrassed. She might deny it, but I can tell she'd totally be into it. I'm guessing she'd get a little defensive about it. Then ask how she'd feel if on top of that, you just laughed along with your friend and told her she was overreacting. This isn't about phobia, this is about someone making unwanted actual commentary at you, and your girlfriend laughing along with him instead of saying, "Hey, my boyfriend doesn't find that as funny as you do, could you tone it down?" Not the a-hole for sure. Not the a-hole. As a gay man, I am so tired of people in our community acting like this, and it is especially common for younger gay guys. Being gay is not a get-out-of-jail-free card to act however you like and make people uncomfortable. I also despise guys who try and project their own sexuality onto straight men who aren't interested. "Oh, he's not responding to my flirting. He must be in denial. He must be gay." You are straight, you are in a relationship, his behavior made you uncomfortable, and you did the right thing and communicated your feelings to your girlfriend to handle. He is her friend, it is therefore her responsibility to deal with it. She didn't, and in the process, she proved that she values her friend's feelings over yours. Nothing you did was phobic, and this is coming from someone who is gay as the day is long. My girlfriend thinks it's hilarious. You know what's not hilarious? Actual harassment, which this is. You are not the a-hole OP, but your girlfriend and her friend John definitely are. Now for the next story. Am I the a-hole for insulting my gay brother and kicking out his boyfriend? Me and my twin brother, who is gay, 20 male, have an apartment together, and he has a boyfriend that lives with us who's kind of an a-hole. We had an incident where my girlfriend came over for Valentine's Day, and I had asked her to move in with me and she said yes. I went to tell my brother and his boyfriend the good news, and the boyfriend didn't take it well, and complained that I should have spoke to them about it first. I told them that I didn't need to since she spends most nights with us, and also that I pay for a much bigger percent of our rent. He began to tell me that he didn't like my girlfriend, and that he wouldn't be comfortable with being in the same house as her. I told him to get used to it because it's not his decision or my brother's. My brother defended him and began to call me phobic. I told him that not everything is about him being gay and that being gay isn't an excuse for being an a-hole. He always brings up that he's gay whenever he's in the wrong and doesn't want to be held accountable for his actions. His boyfriend went off pulling the phobic card and began to insult my girlfriend. I then kicked him out of the house. He went home crying and my brother called me a racist phobe. Don't know where he got the racist part from. I warned him that I was going to kick him out too if he kept calling me that. I'm not sure if I went too far with kicking him out, but I feel like I did the right thing. My brother and his boyfriend are very proud of their sexuality and I really don't mind. I'm glad that they're happy and their sexuality has never bothered me until I started to live with them. Every time I have to confront them about rent or chores or grocery runs, they call me phobic. I just think you shouldn't be living together, move with your girlfriend so not the a-hole. His name is in the lease, he doesn't have to move, the dumb brother and a-hole boyfriend do. Yeah, you're right, my point was to say that he should only be living with his girlfriend far away from his brother. Info. Who pays for the apartment? Who is on the lease? At the moment this sounds everyone sucks here, because obviously you have to ask if you want someone to move in into a shared apartment. For the past 3 months, I've paid for the apartment and my name is on it. In this case I will go with not the a-hole. I would have worded it differently though. You don't have an apartment together. You have an apartment and let them live, for free, with you. Not the a-hole. Not sure why others are having a hard time with this one. He and his boyfriend sound entitled. Especially finding out that they barely pay rent, and didn't really ask if he could move in until after they started moving in. It's not their decision who lives there as the brother isn't on the lease. Sounds like you were taking care of him and his boyfriend. The next story. Am I the a-hole for telling my roommate's girlfriend that she's not woke if she's wrong? Husband, 28 male, and I, 25 female, are ethnically Chinese from a Southeast Asian country living overseas. We rent a house with hubby's college friend who moved his girlfriend, Anna, in during lockdown and she's been with us ever since, with landlord's permission and she pays her share of bills. They're not Asians, which matters. Anna was initially nice, but started acting very weirdly a month after she moved in. 1. Telling hubby and I that we can practice our real religion, which apparently is Buddhism not Christianity, even though hubby and I come from Christian families. She even bought incense, which gives me migraines, and a random Buddha statue. We politely explained to her that we're not Buddhists, but she continued to insist and promised that she didn't mind. 2. Telling hubby and I that we can speak our real language cause she overheard hubby's family talking to us in a mix of English and Cantonese. I explained to her that I can't speak Cantonese, hubby can, even though I can understand it. She was, for some reason, really disappointed in me and said that I was throwing my heritage away. Plot twist, my own father is only comfortable speaking English. 3. Buying raw internal organs for hubby and I to cook, even though we don't eat those. I told her we don't eat that, not our thing, and she was again disappointed. She told us she read that there were lots of nice recipes and maybe we haven't found the right one to remind us of home. Hubby told her he's never eaten it ever in his life, and I've never liked it. She was really upset, but had to toss it since no one was going to eat it. Chinese New Year was when things got really weird. She started ordering decorations. I wouldn't mind, but she had ordered hell notes, the ones burned for deceased ancestors. I immediately told her to stop pasting them all over the walls because they were weirding me out. She ordered banners with hubby's and my name on it, some bastardized version of our legal English names, but they were written on white banners, again, for deceased people. I told her to please take it down. She got upset, again, but then ordered kabuki masks. I told her that those masks were not Chinese, and she just snapped. She started yelling at me that I should be helping her and not critiquing what she was doing. I told her. 1. She never asked. 2. Chinese New Year is not a big deal to me, so I wasn't planning on decorating, but if she had asked, I would have helped. 3. She never asked. I told her I don't understand her fixation with us. She said she wanted to surprise me and hubby, that we've been so colonized we've forgotten our roots, and that we should be embracing our culture. I told her it was a nice gesture, but she needs to stop forcing stereotypes down our throats. She could have just asked, and she's not being woke when she's getting everything wrong. She burst into tears and brought in her boyfriend. He understood where I was coming from, but thought I could have been nicer. Hubby stands by me, and now things have been tense, but I've been tolerating this for a while now and it was getting on my nerves. Now for the top comments. Not the a-hole. Not woke? She's straight up racist. Ask her if she'd be buying you beans and a sombrero if you were Puerto Rican. Seriously though, she needs a frank talk about what racism is. Edit, since it needs to be said, yes, I know sombreros are Mexican and not Puerto Rican. I said this because OP received a Japanese kabuki mask. Correct. If OP was Scottish, flatmate would be smuggling in a haggis and firing up the bagpipes. Not the a-hole, but flatmate is. An interesting comparison, it's made me picture the odds of someone like this flatmate daring to try that twice to a typical Scot after the first one was stomped on, and B, such effort sending in anything other than the flatmate quickly learning their lesson. I'd offer such a person a side of burnt haggis to enjoy with their breakfast and then, badly, play the bagpipes at full volume in the kitchen to serenade them while they eat. Not the a-hole. So colonized we've forgotten our roots and should be embracing our culture. If someone said that to me, I'm of Indian heritage, born and raised in the UK, I'd tell them to buzz off. That's personal to me, and so not something that a relative stranger gets to judge about me. I'm Irish, like you guys. We have a long, dark history with invading colonizers. I'd be so annoyed at someone who is not Irish and has no real idea of our history or regions etc., telling me what Irish culture is. We get it enough already, but to have it happen in your home? No, just no. Not the a-hole OP. If she actually wanted to learn, or was curious, she'd ask questions and have conversations with you, person to person. Not whatever BS she has going on. Not the a-hole. You're a hell of a lot nicer than I am. I would have snapped a lot sooner. I absolutely detest people thinking they know more about your own culture and acting all woke when they're A, annoying, and B, ignorant. This person is less woke, and more fetishizing. It's way creepier than woke, and the woke BS gives them cover. Now for the last story. Am I the a-hole for getting a classmate kicked out of class for accusing me of mansplaining? I'm in my senior year of high school and we had a chemistry lab class yesterday. We had to do salt analysis. They give us different salts and we have to figure out what salt it is by adding chemicals, heating, etc. We have to do it in pairs where one notes down the procedure/steps and the other one does the actual experiment. I was doing the experiment while my partner was noting it down. I noticed that she wrote DILHCl instead of DILH2SO4. I told her what she wrote was wrong and asked her to correct it. Out of nowhere, she told me to stop mansplaining and to stop being condescending. I got really mad and told her I'm not mansplaining, you're just being witchy. She then started to yell. Our lab in charge came and asked why she was yelling, and I told her what happened. Our teacher decided that my partner was in the wrong and suspended her for the rest of the class. After our class, she and a bunch of her friends called me an a-hole for what I did, and that I was a sexist pig. I think might be the a-hole for getting her kicked out of the class and calling her witchy. So was I the a-hole or not? Not the a-hole. Those are different kinds of acids. She only got annoyed because she got them wrong and misused the term mansplain. Chemistry is one area where accuracy is important. There are many kinds of acids, but that girl is basic as hell. I really wish I had money to give you an award for that comment. As a woman working in a male-dominated field, I have been mansplained many times. What you were doing was not mansplaining. You're fine. And about your reaction, I personally don't like the B word very much, but in this case, it seems like she had it coming. Not the a-hole. I may sound dumb, but what exactly is mansplaining? Everyone sucks here. What? Okay, while first reading it I was just about to go like, oh not the a-hole, you were just trying to explain it to her and she overreacted. But then you started name-calling? And she started screaming? I don't think there was any blatant sexism here, just a lot of really childish behavior. On both ends. You didn't need to stoop to her level OP. I agree, I usually don't resort to name-calling, but she was really loud and our whole class was staring at us, which kinda pissed me off. Edit, she wasn't screaming but she was obnoxiously loud. And that's it for this video guys. If you have thoughts to share, leave a comment below. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe if you like this content. I'll catch you in the next one. Good day everyone.